Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Kellner, host and executive producer of GameChangerz, and welcome to our NCAA college football start of the bowl season, first weekend of the bowl games, and we've got a couple of great games that we are going to analyze this weekend. I've got my own pick, but I'm going to bring in both of my featured co-hosts, Joe D'Amico and New York Pele. We're going to go talk about some college bowl games for December 17th, December 18th. A lot of exciting things going on in college football, gentlemen, this weekend. Joe, I want to start off with you, and I want to talk about, we were having a little discussion about the fact that there's a lot of players that are opting out of the bowl games, yes, and it is creating some substantial line movements. What do people need to know? What do they need to watch for? What are the games in particular that these lines are moving on?
Well, Kelly, I'm glad you asked that because we always want to give anybody that follows us an edge. Sports fans, you've got to do your due diligence. These lines are moving. We'll talk about pro lines moving later in the pro segment, but as far as the colleges, I spoke to some good friends of mine at one of my favorite books in the world, the Superbook at the Westgate today. They told me about 3 specific games that have moved, specifically because players for some of these teams have opted out of bowls to enter the NFL draft. One such game, Central Florida, went from plus 7.5 down to +6. Memphis went from 3.5 all the way up to -7, which is a huge jump. It moves off of hot numbers. Yeah. Western Michigan goes from +1 to -6. Guys, you've got to do your due diligence. If there's a game you like, shop it. Don't just go to one book. You've got to shop the book. I talk about Smokey Robinson's mama. Smokey Robinson wasn't just a great singer and a great composer, guys. He came in with great advice because his mother was a genius. His mother told him, shop around. Shop a number until it benefits you. If there's something in the news, be very diligent. Look through the news regularly, not just every few hours. I mean, literally within minutes, something could change in sports betting, just like as it can on the stock market. You see people win and lose fortunes on the stock market in minutes. The same can happen in sports betting. Do your diligence. Shop those numbers. Be aware of the news that's going around. A lot of these college players, as these bowl games progress, you're going to see more bowl games move significantly because guys are going to make decisions later. And that's what's going to happen. We have bowl games going through New Year's, and I've got to tell you, you've got to do your due diligence. Be careful.
Absolutely. And, a lot of times when you're betting games early and that line does take a major move, I know a lot of guys that are playing, you get either side of the hot number. They're playing, look in the middle of the game. You only get the middle of that 1 out of 10 to get your juice back. So a lot of strategies, a lot of opportunities. We got a couple of games coming up this first weekend. I'm excited. This is my favorite time of the year. You get into the bowl season. You get this week before Christmas. We got the big ass TV set up at my place. I got the bar stocked up. We're going to be sitting back. Now, I have not made an opinion on a game that both of you guys are on this week's show. This is the UAB and BYU game. You guys are on each side of it. So I'm going to make my decision, as are our viewers, based on the analysis that you two genius mother-you-know-whaters are doing with your analysis. Joe D'Amico started off UAB, BYU. You're on the favorite. Tell me why.
Well, Kelly, sports fans, BYU is a very good team, and they've faced and beaten quite a few other very good teams in 2021. With all respect to UAB, they've really only stepped up once this season, resulting in what? A 56-7 beating at the hands of Georgia. For starters, guys, there's the potent 1-2 punch of 2,500-yard passer Jaron Hall and 1,400-yard rusher Tyler Algier. Then there's the fact that the team is going to come out firing on all cylinders. Kelly, why? Because their head coach, they're very well like Kalani Sitake. I love his name. Kalani Sitake. He just signed a long-term contract, and the team is excited about it. Then there's the elephant in the room. No, Oprah hasn't walked in. Guys, the coaching staff and the team will go out of their way to prove to pollsters that they deserve the New Year's Day Bowl. They're pissed off, guys. Guys, don't forget, this is a team that went 5-0 against Pac-12 opponents this season. They also went 7-2 ATS. Last 9 games against Conference USA foes. And Kelly, just for your and our viewers' amusement, the most acclaimed bowl capper in the history of this business. Just in the last 3 years, I started off the bowl campaign 11-0, 15-2, and 14-3. I'm gunning to go perfect for the first 10 games this season. Nice. I'm telling you right now, that's what I'm gunning for.
I love it. Now, you know that Oprah and Gail have slimmed down. Stedman's got them on an all-protein diet, and so the elephant in the room may be back to Rosie O'Donnell instead of Oprah. I'm just saying.
Well, both of them. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that they both weigh more than me.
There you go. Yeah. You know what? I have three funny things to say, and they're so rude that I will not offend our viewers with that. Speaking of Rosie O'Donnell, the president of her fan club, New York Pele.
That's
Tell
me.
me, my friend, you love the dogs. You love the dogs. I know you should be you should be running a veterinary clinic. You're just the master at this. You're on the other side of this game. You're taking the points. A lot of times we're seeing these backdoor covers. We're seeing a lot of crazy things happen. And you have the extra way to win when you know a lot of these teams, they're just concerned about winning. They're not concerned about covering the spread unless there's a little bit of action going on behind the scenes, which we know happens, Joe D'Amico in the world sometimes. But tell us why you like the other side of this game and you're taking the points with UAB, my friend.
UAB is 8-3 against the spread this year. BYU is 5-7. UAB is ranked 11th in the country in defense against the rush. Okay. BYU is a major running team. They do pass, but they are a major running team. If UAB will stop BYU's running game, this game is going to be very interesting. And I believe they will shut them down. 7 points, it's just too many. I mean, this game seems like a 3-point game to me. I really like UAB in this spot.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, given the analysis on both sides, and there's some great points, great analysis. I love it. I love when Joe rubs his hands together. You know that there's some prop bets coming between the boys here. I may put a bet that the game falls exactly 7 because you're both going to be right. That's going to pay about 4-1, which we're going to take straight down to the craps table at the casino. Love that. Absolutely love that. Guys, let's get into the second game right away. We're going to pass on the commercial break because we know you don't have to listen to a commercial to tell you that GameChangerz gives you the best sports handicapping information, the ultimate source, where you got to go to our premium picks and premium packages and plays. Now, these games are great, and we've got a lot of free plays, and we're on them. We are on these games. We play what we say. It's a hashtag that resonates with us all. But the big games, the big plays, the games that we're putting 10 dimes, 25 dimes on are the games that are in our premium packages and picks. And both Joe D'Amico and New York Pele have incredible bowl season packages. You can come in, guys. Why don't you just take a moment really quickly and tell our viewers what you've got up for a bowl season package and why it's a great investment, because it's cheap as hell compared to the money that you're going to put on and the money you're going to win. Pele, why don't we start with you? What do you got up for a bowl package?
On a daily basis, I will put out 1 to 2 to 3 if there's a lot of games on the bowl games for $50. That's going to be my price for one day. You take the whole bowl package, it's $200 for the package. I have 3 games that I am looking at very strongly. I'm talking about, these are not games I'm giving out free. These are ones that you're going to have to pay for. And they're going to be dogs. And these dogs will all probably win straight up. So this is what I've got. My best thing is to buy my package for $200 for the bowl season. You get a lot of games. And you get my big games.
Hell of a deal. Yeah. It's a hell of a deal, those big games. And I know I've paid for a few dogs in my day. Joe D'Amico, tell me about your package. What do you got coming up that is great value from GameChangerz.ca for our fans?
Well, Kelly, sports fan, that's why GameChangerz is unlike a lot of other places. New York Pele has a different way of looking at things. Like Donnie and Marie, he's a little country, I'm a little rock and roll, but we make a great team and we have different angles and we have something for everyone out there. I do not have a predetermined number, Kelly, of games that I put out. There are days I might have 5 plays, there are days I might have no plays. That's me. Now, I will tell you this, though. I have started the last 3 years 11-0, 15-2, and 14-3 in bowl season. I am the most acclaimed bowl capper over the last 17, 18 years, and I'm very happy about that. But sports fans, whether you play $5 a game, $50 a game, or $5,000 a game, I've got a package right now available on GameChangerz. You get every bowl game I release. I don't have a predetermined number of what I'm going to put out. I'm not going to lie to you. It's where the numbers are for that previous week of the games. Yeah. Guys, 149 every bowl game. I'm going to tell you right now, if I put out 25 to 30 games, geez Louise, that comes to just pennies on the dollar,
it's
guys.
A hell of a deal.
Go there, get it. Yeah. Whether you're a $5, $50, or $50 or $5,000 player a game, it will pay for itself within the first game, first couple days for you. Follow Joe D all the way to the bank.
I love it. I love it. Now we got a game where we've got some consensus on here. The Oregon State, Utah State game, line 7.5. Joe, why don't you start off? Tell us why you like the dog in this one.
Kelly, I'm very excited about this. As a matter of fact, over the course of the first week. This might make it as a premium play for me because I think this is – see, even the dogs are barking in my house because they know I'm on the right side here. Guys, I want you to know that this is a game I find the line is off, and this, I think, is one of the best plays on the first week's card. Dogs are barking. Sports fans, don't get trapped into thinking that a mid-level Pac-12 team is 7.5 points better than a Mountain West champ because they're not. I'm not looking to take away anything from the 13th-ranked rushing attack of the Beavers. They will move the change on the ground here. But – and we don't know how like a big but being that they don't pass the ball with any real success, it makes it very easy for the Aggies, who have a smart defense and defensive coordinator, to figure out them offensively. The real mismatch, Kelly, sports fans, here is between the nation's 15th ranked passing unit of Utah State and the 87th ranked pass defense of Oregon State. Quarterback Logan Bonner is a stud. 36 TDs, 3,500 yards passing. He and his talented quartet, that's right, he's got 4 good receivers at his disposal. They're going to absolutely shred the Beavers secondary. No comments, Kelly, about that. The Aggies are red hot. They dropped just 1 game since mid-October. They're riding a 7-1 straight-up run, 6-1 against the spread. They've covered their last 3 in the underdog role, winning all 3 outright. I like Utah State straight up here, but I'll take 7 in that hook because it gives us the advantage, sports fans. You could sprinkle a little bit on the money line, but take the 7.5. Oh, 7 points here. I'm 7 or 7.5. I just wanted 7.5. I'm sorry, guys. 7.5. Take those points, guys. It'll get you paid.
Can't believe you shut me down on talking about a shredded beaver, Joe.
I know I had to.
Kelly, you got. I'm telling you now, listen, I'm Canadian. Our national animal is the beaver. You got the United Nations of sports handicapping. You got an Italian, a Jew, and a Ukrainian sitting here talking about football. What the hell else do you want for entertainment on the internet? Let me go to my dear friend Pele. I knew you'd have this game circled. Joe, absolutely agree with you. Pele, tell us why. Give us your angle. Why adding to the value that Joe's just given us.
Very simply, the Pac-12 is not very strong. It was in the beginning of the year. You had Oregon, but these teams have really fallen off. And Utah State is hot. That coach is 10-2 this year. It's his first year. He came out last year. They were 3-8, I believe. Just terrible. And now they're 10-2. So he's really turned the program around. If it's 7.5, it makes no difference. I am sprinkling money line money and definitely making a very large bet on Utah State in this game.
Joe, D'Amico, you've been around for a while. Who the hell came up with the term sprinkling on the money line? I think we got to have a better phrase. I sprinkle after a few beers when I go into the office. Where did the term sprinkle on the money line come from?
Well, I'm glad I sent you that case of Depends for Christmas, buddy. No, you know what it is? I think that when handicappers talk about taking a dog and they say, a lot of times a host of the show or some other people, well, do you like them so much you play them on the money line? I'd sprinkle a few bucks. It's because it's not exactly your main bet. There are times on this show that both New York Paley and myself has said, listen, I like the points here. I even like them on the money line, bet them on the money line. But because as professional gamblers, we always want to make our main bet taking those points if you got the dog because it benefits you. But I do feel that they got the – I'm going to tell you, Kelly, I think the favorite is – I think the number is really off here. Utah State, I agree with New York Paley on quite a few of his points. He made some great points. This is a team with a great coach, a very smart team. They're a very disciplined team. They don't make a lot of mistakes. And I do agree with him. The Pac-12 isn't what it once was. He certainly made a lot of good points. I agree with him. The sprinkle, I don't know. It's because your main bet, if you have a dog, is always to take those points because it brings you that. I would sprinkle a little bit. Sprinkle a little bit. Throw a little bit on there.
Screw the sprinkling. I'm going to pound the money line like Cassius Clay into the heavy bag. I am going to pound it. Screw the sprinkle. Sprinkle is for pussies. Let's talk about my game here. You guys are on the same 2 games. I love a game this weekend. Coming up one of the first bowl games, Middle Tennessee at Toledo Rockets, Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders, set to square off in the Bahamas Bowl. I wish I was down in the Bahamas. It is so damn cold here right now. It's colder than the Hooters Hello. I'll tell you, Rockets 10-point favorites. And I think you can expect them to cover that number. I'm looking for a double-digit big win, at least 2 touchdowns. Blue Raiders have a glaring issue in their quarterback situation. Their starting quarterback, Chase Cunningham, suffered a season-ending injury a couple of weeks ago. Their backup, Bailey Hawkman, left the team. And now third stringer, Nick Vitato, he got benched in the Blue Raiders last game. Toledo finished the season winning 3 games in a row. They pushed Notre Dame to a 32-29, very, very close game. They've got the talent to dominate and absolutely crush this game. I don't really like to lay double digits a lot, but this situation, this is just going to be a runaway. Take Toledo. In fact, I have never been to Toledo. I think maybe Joe D'Amico, New York Pele. I think if we win a ton of money, I'm going to fly us to Toledo. We're going to go there to the best steakhouse in town, and we're going to crush it. That's what I say. I'm the Kelster Mania. I come at it from a different angle. We all got our different ways of playing. I know a lot of you love Joe. A lot of you love Pele. And we handicap in different ways, but we all love the sport. We all love making money. We do this. This is woven into the texture of our lives. Betting sports and winning money is what it's all about. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure. As we're going into the holiday season, we're going to have a few more shows leading up until the holidays here. So look forward to sharing more info with you. We've got our NFL show coming up, so watch that. Go to our YouTube channel. You guys follow, like, subscribe. YouTube, go to our website, GameChangerz.ca. Make it a habit every day. We put out free picks every day. Pele is crushing, and I mean absolutely crushing, like Rosie O'Donnell rolling over her girlfriend on the other side of the bed in college basketball right now. It is absolutely monstrous what he is doing. It is phenomenal, and you got to get those plays. He's got some great daily packages. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me this week. I know we're ramping up. I got a virgin cocktail. I'm going to put a little vodka in it here pretty soon. So I'm going to have a cocktail before we shoot our NFL show. So come back and watch the NFL show. Go to all of our platforms. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you all of our viewers for watching, supporting, buying our picks and our plays. I love you all. Kelster Mania here for Game Changers. We'll see you next time.